Hi, I'm Sophia Jessica, and this is Angel, and welcome to the fan carpet.
It is fantastic to speak to you, Sarah. How's everything going?
Yes, very well. Thanks for having me again.
No
Second time
worries.
round.
Yeah, absolutely. We just did an interview with your good friend Sophie. Um, so yeah, and she was very complimentary of you, which is always nice to hear. And then I find out that you've got a directorial debut. So how did that come about? That you decided that now was the time for you to step behind the camera?
Well, it's always been a dream of mine to create something of my own. I've just never really, I just think it hadn't been the right time or I hadn't written the right piece that really made me have that drive to make it happen. But yeah, I'd written this piece that is actually very close to my heart. And yeah, I thought it was about time. So I asked a couple of good friends of mine, Louis James and Blake Ridder, if they could help me make it happen. I know they work so fast and can get things done super quick. And of course, they said yes. And without them, I don't think I could have made it happen. So I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, it has been something I've wanted to do for a very long time. So I'm grateful that they made that, happen for me.
Awesome. You touched on it there that it's a subject that's close to your heart. I know I've lost people to dementia as well. My grandparents. So what when you were writing it and seeing it up there on seeing the final piece, did it bring back like memories for you, or like during the filming process, was there anything in particular that was a bit more like striking a nerve in a way, that you didn't that 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 just brought back memories?
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing, it was a little bit of a surreal experience filming it because, yeah, all the memories did come flooding back because I had written it from my experience, what I had with my mum. And so, yeah, it did hit home a lot. And there were moments where I would go to the bathroom and have a little bit of a, you know, not like a full on cry, but just a little bit of emotion coming out because it was all just coming to the surface, I guess. Um, but I mean, that's okay. It's always good to experience these feelings and sit with it. But I did also need to make sure I was staying strong to keep going so we could finish filming because we only had the one day, about 9 to 10 hours. So yeah, it was difficult and it did hit home a lot. Um, but just had to keep going and keep on track, you
Yeah,
know, just as you do anyway on any set.
absolutely. With Blake and Louis there, you were in good hands. You were in safe hands. And they brought in a little bit of a sci-fi element, which is kind of apparent in all of the Riddiverse films. So, what was that something that was always intentional for you to have that sort of like was that like more of a wish fulfillment in a way to have like a miracle cure type thing as a like a little element there?
So for me, when my mum was sick with Alzheimer's, I always had this hope. I really did cling to hope, and I used to, have little scenarios going on in my head where I'd, picture her getting better. And I think that was probably a coping mechanism. So I wanted to put that into the film, that hope, but it coming to life, with the pharmaceutical company giving this new untested drug and it working.
Mm.
That was always a hope of mine with my mum, and unfortunately it didn't happen, but I wanted to write it in the film that it happened. And I actually also really love sci-fi. And so as I was writing, I mean, I didn't intend for that to happen before. When I came up with the idea, it just sort of happened as I was writing. I thought, yeah, let's throw in a twist, because yeah, just I felt it. It was, something I thought I should go with. And I did have a bit of a different ending. It was sort of sci-fi still, but we decided to tweak it with Louise and Blake's input and make it what it was that you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do love sci-fi, and I do like a nice twist in a film. I know Blake is known for a ruder twist.
Mm.
Um, so he always inspires me with that, because I think it's so engaging and it keeps the audience involved in watching, and it shocks you and you're like, what is happening right now? Huh? I wasn't expecting that. So I do
Mm.
like that element of surprise. And yeah, that just came naturally. I didn't intend for it. It came naturally, and it sort of I enjoyed it changing from like a drama to a little bit of sci-fi thriller-esque.
Excellent. Yeah, that's great, because those are three genres that go hand in hand. And it also did bring back memories of. Did you ever watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one episode in particular. I think it was season 5, called "The Body," where Joyce, Buffy's mum, in the series, like passes away. She has a brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
And the first part of that episode is like a whole wish fulfillment thing, where they resuscitate her in time, and all the rest of it. I just finished a rewatch of Buffy, and your film reminded me of that episode.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, so I'm pleased it reminded you of that. I need to give that a rewatch.
Yeah,
That's
it's all on Disney Plus, and they're not paying me to say that, but it is all there.
nice. Gonna do
Because
it.
that's
And
where
Angel. Did you
and
watch
Angel is on there as well. I didn't do the rewatch of Angel yet. I did that a few years ago, when I was living in my previous place. Um, I did the rewatch of Angel and Buffy at the same time, but this time I just did Buffy from the beginning. And and for its faults, like there are some faults in that series, but largely it holds up, like
Yeah.
the whole series, the whole
Yeah.
series. And to and it's not bad for what was like a mid-season, as far as I'm aware. It was a mid-season replacement to Melrose Place, and it lasted 7 years. So
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
so it's not bad way to go. So this isn't the end for you then, being behind the camera.
No, definitely not. I really enjoyed it, and it felt like such an achievement to do something like that, because it's not easy, and it's also not easy. I realized writing your own work and going through it and then putting it out to the public, that's actually really scary, because it's from your heart, and then you think, oh my God, everyone's going to judge it, everyone's going to have their opinions, and you know they won't understand this, they won't understand that. So it's quite a daunting experience, but it is rewarding, and it's good to be creative anyway, and it is actually quite a nice outlet,
Hmm.
so definitely not the end. People keep asking me, actually. I've had a lot of people say, oh, will there be a second one? Will there be a second one? It was left open-ended, what's going to happen? So I said, maybe it might be in the pipeline, we'll see.
Well, I for one would like to see how it what happens next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would. Yeah, because it does. But then I like what Blake and you guys like create in the Ridiverse. So I don't know if that's been coined yet, but if it hasn't, then I'll coin it. But but yeah, no, I yeah, I do, and there's I think there's one. He's always got stuff coming out. The one with the android. I think we're waiting on the next part for that. I think. I'm not sure.
You mean Blake and
Yeah.
Louis?
Hmm.
Psychosis.
Is it Psychosis? I'm not sure. It's the one with the android. See, it sees something.
Oh yes, C600.
That's the one. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think there's another part to that, so I'm
there
looking forward
is.
to what's coming up, what comes next for that. So there's always
Yes,
something. He's always working on something
there is another
that
part to that, and he has written it. And him and Louis, I think, are talking about it at the moment of when to make it.
yeah, okay.
So, but it's
Cool.
coming. It
Great.
is coming. It's a good
Great.
series, isn't it? That one, C600.
It is,
I
and
enjoyed that.
yeah, and I really I can't remember the I can't remember the title of the one that you were in, where you were a hologram, on a ship, and it was on a cruise ship, I think,
Oh,
and
that's Psychosis.
is that Psychosis? Yeah,
Yeah.
really like that one.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you're brilliant in everything that I've seen you in. So, which brings me to Witch, because I'm looking forward to that, and Escape, which you've got this year. So, um, so for you, I mean, like as like starting out as a director, like. Do you see things now in a different way when you're acting?
Yeah. I mean, I've always been quite open when it comes to, getting on set, and also very hardworking. I'll always be prepared, and ready for any director to change things. Um, because if you're not prepared, you can't really deal with the change as well. But it has made me realize, because you are under a lot of pressure as a director, especially on indie sets, because time is everything and you don't have a lot of it because time is money. So it makes me realize, you just, as an actor, you just need to get on set and just be ready to perform. Just do what you're told. Don't make it difficult for the
Mm.
crew. Just be easy going to work with, and when you're asked to deliver, just deliver, because you don't want to add on extra stress to the director or the other crew members, because their job is already super hard, trying to achieve what, finishing a film, for one. So it has made me realize that that was already apparent to me, but even more now,
Yeah.
to just be able to deliver and be good and easy to work with, like drama free.
Awesome. Yeah, I always find that some of the best directors have been actors, or they were, or they still are. Like people like, I mean, people like Ben Affleck. He's a better actor now that he's been behind the camera,
Yeah,
because he knows what the directors are looking for.
yeah,
And I always liked that. So yeah, I've liked I liked all the films that he's directed. So, and yeah, I've not seen everything that he's been in, but yeah, but he's a good one.
yeah. I like Ben Affleck. He's cool.
And George Clooney as well. He's another good one. You've got Witch and you've got Escape coming out later this year. Well, I hope they're both out later this year. That's what I've been told anyway.
Yes,
So
as far as I know.
so are there like two very different projects? Like one's more of a period piece, the other one's a crime thriller of sorts. So is that just something that you like to do? And then obviously directing. So is that something that you like to do, as a creator, and as a performer, to have as much variety as you possibly can?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I don't want to be doing the same thing. Don't get me wrong, if, for the rest of my career I was picked to do the same thing, I would do it, because at the end of the day, I'm still performing. It's my craft and I enjoy what I do. But it's so much fun, being able to experience different roles and be on different sets and tell different stories. It's just, that's the fun of it, getting to use your imagination in different ways and create different lives, like different lives for different characters. So yeah, of course, being able to, you know be diverse and have that, it's an extra bonus to not be, pigeonholed into one little
Yeah.
niche, which I don't think is a bad thing. I would still welcome welcome that along and go with it, because I'd still be able to, you know, do my craft. But yeah, it's fun being able to go from, like you say, which is period fantasy horror, and then go on to Escape, which is action thriller, like completely different, running around, you know, in heels, you know, kicking ass. It's brilliant. It's so fun. It's so
Yeah.
fun. And every film is so different. I mean, I couldn't ask for more. I'm
Yeah.
very grateful, really grateful.
And obviously the independent space is where it's at the moment, because there's a lot of astonishing stuff that comes out of it, especially from the likes of Howard Ford, who I think it was last week that he was on like the trending with The Ledge
Yes.
on Netflix, which I think I think is an absolutely incredible film.
Oh, it
I
is.
really
It's
enjoyed that.
brilliant. It's
Um,
brilliant. I love The Ledge and Howard. I mean, Howard has a very special place in my heart. I think he is a wonderful filmmaker. He is one of a kind. I've not worked with anyone like Howard before. And the way he works, he's full of life and adventure. There is just something about him. You just want to say, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. That, like, no matter what he asks you, you're just like, yeah, because you trust him and you believe in him. And I don't know, he just has a lot of magic about him, and I admire him very much as a person and as a director to work with. He's just so much fun to work with. He's just go, go, go. He'll just pick up the camera and just say, we're gonna do that bit there, and yeah, let's go for it. And you have freedom, and he takes all worry away from you, and you can just be in the moment. You can just do it because there is nothing else to worry about when you're working with Howard. He just lets you be, and you
mm,
can just relax and be free. Yeah, I enjoy working with Howard so much. He's a great guy.
awesome. Do you show up in Boogieville?
I do.
You
Yeah,
do.
I
So
do.
so obviously, the reason I ask is because obviously you're working alongside Sean Cronin in Escape. He's
Yeah.
the main villain of the piece. He's a sweetheart of a guy, though. You'd probably kill me for saying that, but he is.
Part of
But
the characters that he plays.
yeah. So working with him behind the camera and in front of it, do you find that to be a different like, is there a different approach?
Oh yeah. With Sean, you mean?
Yeah, with Sean.
Yeah, working with him as an actor, you know, he's a lot of fun. He's the heart of the party and the joy around set. He's very vibrant on set too, which is really nice to be around. He makes everyone feel relaxed and laugh. And then working with Sean on Bogeyville, he was directing it, and it's his film, you know. And like I say, there's a lot of pressure working on indie sets because, you know, time is money, and yeah, you just lack a lot of it on a lot of these indie sets. You just need to get it done, and you're always coming across problems. So he was in a more serious mindset and very, you know, having to be focused. So it was a very different Sean, you know, because he had to make sure that this film went ahead and they could get it in the can. So it was very different, two different Seans, but both Sean's amazing. Just
Excellent.
different.
Excellent. Yeah, and as far as I know, that's all in the can now, or mostly it's in the can. So
Yes, I
from what
believe.
I hear anyway.
Yeah, I think it is. I think they had a few hiccups, but like any set does, you know, and you just have to find a way and get through it and, you know, come together as a team and keep going. So, yeah, I was only in on one day for Bogeyville. So, and that was the first day. So everyone was fresh, and it was a nice day. We had good weather. So it went very well the day that I was in. I enjoyed it. I loved it. It was good fun. It's going to be a great film. Very good film.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. It's vampires, and for some reason I like that. I'm fine with vampires. I just don't like zombies. I don't know.
No?
Yeah, I get petrified of zombies. I'm not quite sure whether I'm not. I think it's because like they're the worst case scenario if like the world decides to like
Yeah,
destroy
that's true.
itself.
Yeah.
And I think I think yeah, I because I remember doing a book launch with Ellie Torres years ago, book launch for Twisted 50, and I didn't know what to expect, but like to get to our interview bit, we had to go through this like this darkened area where they had people in costumes and makeup and like to make up look like zombies. I was petrified. I couldn't even walk.
Oh no.
I was just frozen.
I mean, I can understand, I can relate, but I actually get scared of any sort of horror film.
Right. Okay.
I'm a bit
Yeah.
of a
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. And she ended up having to be like a human shield for me, even though I knew that I wasn't in danger. I knew that,
it's
but
still scary though,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Like the mazes that you get at Halloween at Thorpe Park or Alton Towers.
Oh yeah, I've not been to those.
I used to like going in them, even though I'd be petrified, but it's just that adrenaline rush, and it's exciting and it's fun when you're a teenager with all your friends. But I used to be petrified, even though they're not going to hurt you. It's not real, they're just actors. But
Mm.
I don't know, my imagination is a little bit wild, just gets carried away. That's why I can't actually watch any horror films because I'll be terrified when I go to bed. I can be in them and watch them because I was a part of that, filmmaking process. So I can be like, oh, well, I was there or I saw that person. I know that person. So that's not that scary. I'll probably
Yeah.
still jump and have a few screams because I just actually watched the second draft of The Manor, which is Blake and Louis' second feature film. A few of us watched that the other day, and I know that film. I know it. I know it inside out, but I still screamed and jumped. And I'm like, what am I doing? I know that that was coming, but I guess that's a good sign that it's got some good,
Yeah, no, it's definitely a
jump
good sign.
scares.
It's definitely a
Yeah.
good sign. It's like I remember them talking about that the last time I spoke to them, which was over a year ago. So
Yes, that's
films take a long time to make. So,
very true. We finished that in February last year, and we just finished the reshoots about a week and a half ago. And Blake is the Ridder Machine, as you know. He's
Mhm.
already edited in all of the reshoots and finished the second draft of the film. So that's why we
Yeah,
went to watch.
yeah, he either doesn't sleep or there's three of him.
Well, I know it feels like there must be three of them, but three of him. I don't know how he does it. I don't. I sat with him when we were doing the edit of Snowdrop. He did all of the edit, but I sat with him to pick which takes, and he is so fast. It is unreal. On that edit program, I'm watching like this, and I couldn't keep up. He does it so quick, and he knows what he's doing. And I was saying, oh no, we should maybe watch that bit, to the end or add all that in and do this. And he was like, I'll show you, Sarah, what you want, but then I'll show you what I'm saying to do because it's much better. And I'll be like, yeah, show me. And he would do it. And then I'd be like, oh yeah, your way is so much better. And he's like, see, I know why you're saying this, because when I was the first time director, I wanted long scenes and I wanted this and that, but everyone finds it boring. So I know what is good. I was like, yeah, okay, I trust you. He's very good at what he does. He's a very talented guy.
Oh, he is. Yeah, Blake's great. And he's a brilliant collaborating partner. He
Yeah,
really is. Yeah,
Louis together, a very good team.
yeah.
They're very different, but together they make very good projects, and yeah, good balance. There's a really good balance with them too as a part.
Awesome. So, is there a feature in your immediate future? Are you going to be stepping behind the camera to direct a feature? Is that the next thing for you?
Yes, I would like to. I've actually been speaking to a friend of mine about her possibly writing an idea I have for a feature, which I've had for quite a while, a psychological horror. So we may, go with that and make that happen. And I also had another dream. I have just these wild dreams, out of nowhere with crazy stories. And I had this dream the other day and I thought that would make a really good film. So I might also sit down and, write a little treatment and see, what that one's like. But yeah, definitely a feature in the pipeline for sure. Why not aim high
Yeah, why not?
as well?
Why not? You're young at the start. Well, not at the start of your career, but you're at the. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on in your career, with like 2 feature films coming out this year, um, both of which are exciting. I've only seen like even just from the. I've seen one image from Escape, which
Yeah,
is that image of you and Sarah in like with some blood, and that's the only image that I've seen. And
yeah,
I've seen one. I've seen a few images from Witch from Marc. But yeah, there's like the main one that I've seen is well, I've seen like a load of them, but I
which,
think you're from Witch. I think you're holding a couple of baskets. I think they're
oh yeah,
baskets. Yeah.
yeah, when I'm walking through
Um,
the market. That's
yeah.
gonna be a great film. I've seen some of the film without any VFX and I was blown away. I
Yeah.
was blown away. It's going to be really good and I'm really excited to see that now. All the VFX is in place, everything is finished. I mean, yeah, I can't wait. I had such an amazing time filming that. It was just a very surreal experience waking up every day and going to that set. It was just amazing. And we all become such a nice family unit there. I
Hmm.
just have memories of filming Witch that I'll just treasure forever. And Mark and Craig were brilliant co-directors, both very different directors, but both equally as good. And you needed that difference. It was just brilliant. I can't wait for that film.
Yeah. I can't either. If Homeless Ashes are anything to go by, we're in for a treat. So
You are definitely in for a treat. Definitely are.
yeah.
100%.
And yeah, anything that comes out from Howard, I mean, yeah, I'm there. It's not a case. Oh, I'll wait and see. It's more of a case of, shut up and take my money. You know what I mean? It's like,
Just
yeah,
no.
I'll just watch it because yeah, you know what you're gonna get. Well,
Yeah.
you don't, and that's part of the fun of it.
Yeah.
With both of them,
Yeah.
like both Howard and Marc. So yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. And then I'm excited to see what you do next as well. So you were filming today. Is that something you're allowed to talk about, or is that still
Uh,
in the early stages of not
no,
been announced?
actually. Yeah, I might leave that a secret
Okay.
because a comment was made today about the release. And so I thought a specific comment that I can't say because it will give away what the person isn't supposed to give away, if that makes sense. So I won't say anything, though I normally would, but just for that specific reason, it's
Yeah.
just come to my mind. The actress was told something specific to not say when it's released. So yeah, I'll keep them.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'm not gonna ask you to like to break NDAs or to get you into trouble. That's not the point. That's not the point of this interview. So Snowdrop can be seen on YouTube. What are you hoping for the future for that film?
Well, I just want it to be watched by the audience and it touch them in a way. I know a lot of people are dealing with Alzheimer's or dementia with a loved one, and it's a horrible illness. And I think a lot of the time you can just feel very helpless, when you see a loved one going through that. And there's not much that you can do but just live every moment with that loved one. So I want people to see that it is really important to not let time slip by and that you want to stay close and make sure you can you know, be with that person as much as you can. And then I'd also really, we have entered it into some festivals as well. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm not expecting too much. I know it is my first short film, so we'll see. But just want people to enjoy it, really.
But it's such a good film. It's such a good film. Like for you, you wouldn't know it was your first, really, because it seems like it's something that you've like that it's just written in your DNA to be able to, what sort of shots you're looking for. I mean, obviously, it helps to have someone like Blake who's there to help you in like with his eye, because he's just great. So yeah, but yeah, sky's the limit. I mean, I'm sure I hope I see it at various festivals this year, and
Hopefully.
and next, like sky's the limit. I mean, I know that. Have you submitted it to London Rolling yet?
London Rolling.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I have a list.
Okay.
Um, did it at Blake's. I can't remember. I think we entered it into probably about 5 or 6 for now.
Okay.
But just the categories for best short film, I think. But then I realized you can do different categories. So I think we're going to look over it again and see. I think it would be great to enter in for Nicola Wright as well for best actress, because I think she did amazing. She needed very, very little direction. That's why I knew when I was writing it that I wanted Nicola. She was in my head anyway when I was writing. I probably would have been really disappointed if she said no. So I was super pleased that she said yes. She's a fantastic actress.
And was it always the idea for you to, because obviously it's a lot of work to direct, but you're also starring in it. So was that always the plan for you to write and direct and star in it?
Yeah, I don't think directing was always a solid plan, but I was advised by Louis that I should direct it because I'd written it and because it was from my own experience with my mother and, just so close to home. He said that it would be a good idea for me to direct. So I just thought, oh, really? I didn't really think it was possible, but he gave me the confidence, and I thought, yeah, all right, this could be quite cool, and I can learn. And I felt confident, obviously, because I had the two of them there with me, Blake and Louis, to say, well, not this and not that, and I was very open to their ideas. So they're very experienced, but yeah, it just sort of happened. I definitely wanted to play the role of Izzy, and I had already written it. But yeah, directing was never actually a solid plan. Just sort of, I was advised to go that way.
Okay. Well, we're happy you did, because it's a cracking film, and you should be very, very proud of what you and the team have been able to achieve, because it is a cracking film. Like when I was watching it, I didn't even realize it was coming to the end. That because it's so well paced. And I guess that's a testament to Blake in the edit. But I mean, if it's not there from shooting it, then then that's down to you. Then that's if it's not there for editing, then that's why it's on you. That's why you're such a great at the helm, because like,
Thank you.
yeah, it was great, all of it.
Thank you. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did. Yeah,
It means a
and
lot.
I've got I really did, and yeah, I want to see what you do next. So just to finish, where can we find you to keep up with everything you're doing?
Probably on Instagram. That's the best place. That's where I'm most active. It's Sarah A Marks. Yeah, that's your best bet.
Brilliant. Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you again for Escape and Witch, because those are going to be crackers as well. So I'm looking like cracking films. I mean, not like crazy or anything, but yeah, those are going to be brilliant films, and I'm looking forward to both of those. So, but thank you for thank you for carving out the time, and yeah, good luck with everything, and when you are allowed to talk about that film that you were filming today, let us know.
We'll know about it probably in a week. So
Cool. Okay.
I'll pop it on to you.
Awesome. All right. Well, you look after yourself and have a good evening. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you do next, because yeah, if this is a testament to what you can actually achieve when you're directing and it's your first feature, your first short, the sky's the limit in terms of what you can actually do on your next one and your feature. So
I hope
can't
so.
wait.
Thank you. It was
Thank you
lovely
very
to
much.
lovely
You
to catch
too.
up again. All right.
All
See
right. You
you.
look after yourself. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram for more content. Bye for now.
Wake up. Come on, you've got a drink.
You show what you can do. I hear a siren. Maybe you were wrong about me. I'm dangerous and still. Why don't you give me a sign, like the sea? Everybody thinks that I'm okay. Sometimes I think I am too. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm waiting for the shockwaves to begin. Oh, won't you let me hold you for one time? Just a rainy day in a London cafe. A London cafe. So give me one last serenade. Say to me, or swear at me till the night turns into day. And it was a shame when daylight faded, because we didn't notice at all.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competition,